folks, and how it goes. So today I'm going to talk something a little bit different, but still dinosaur related, Zoboomafoo. This episode premiered January 27th in 1999. Yes, it's that old. This is one of my favorite childhood shows growing up, with animal, and wildlife related shows, along with Steve Irwin and Jeff Colburn and all that fun stuff. But Zoboomafoo, very, very fun show. They have a talking lemur named Zabu, and just if you know the show, you know the show. But this episode talks about dinosaurs, and it's funny because Zoboomafoo himself, or Zabu himself, meets a new friend, and he always describes it in clay animation, and ends up being a monitor lizard, which is not a dinosaur, but very close, as they say. They talk about different relations and whatnot to dinosaurs and lizards and reptiles and all that fun stuff. But throughout the episode, they show you some cool animation, some pretty decent CGI. I mean, it's corny, but it's, children's show, and here's the Triceratops, and it doesn't look too bad. They talk about the armor plating, the frill, the defense mechanism, all that fun stuff. So talk about that, and again, you get this awesome, very cheap late 90s render of a Triceratops. And then, of course, they meet another animal, like, oh, is this a dinosaur? And Zabu always asks if it's a dinosaur. Ends up being a iguana, obviously, but then they compare the iguana's spines to a stegosaurus, which I think is pretty darn cool. But I like the comparison they always do. They always have some kind of animal compared to what Zabu has seen, or whatever the topic of the episode is going to be about. I really appreciate that, and mostly it's all really, it's really cool. And again, these two are animal experts, but again, here's the stegosaurus they were comparing the back spines to of the iguana, as well, obviously comparing to a stegosaurus. Who does it? Now, for me, this is interesting because this is the first Stegosaurus that's not green with orange plating. Usually it's green or orange plating. It looks a little greenish-brown. And then they talk about more armored animals and dinosaurs, the Ankylosaurus. All while they're doing this, they're back and forth building this wooden dinosaur, and it keeps getting knocked over, and they're like, you know what, why not? Let's make our own dinosaur. So they kind of talk about different ones, their different features and whatnot, like the duckbill dinosaur known as the Edmontosaurus right here. I think this is pretty cool, although it has the broken hand thing going on, like the pronated wrists should not be like that, but it's fine. But they talk about the duckbill and everything, because, duck comes in the episode as well, and they compare the duck to dinosaurs, like, oh, there's duckbill dinosaurs, so there's that. But again, all the meanwhile, they are just making their own mess, but rebuilding this wooden foam dinosaur that they're doing. As of right here, they're adding different features to it. They're adding sharp teeth to it, a long neck, a frill, duck bills as well, and Ankylosaur armor, Stegosaurus plates. Like, they're making their own hybrid, essentially. Like, so this is before Jurassic World, so here's their hybrid. This is where it came from, everybody. You could just blame the Crab Brothers. No, I'm just kidding. Do not blame the Crab Brothers. But anyway, so others interesting, and of course they're brothers, so they have to mess around here and there with each other while they're building this and painting this and whatnot. And I'm not sure what kind of paint this is, or if it's glue, but it looks like they're slapping around some fabric and throwing it on here, kind of like make it like skin to the dinosaur. But like I said, it's a kid show. They have to have fun. They're showing everything's all fun. I'm sure this is not paint. This is probably something very washable, or whatever. But again, it's they're goofing around as they should. Again, to entertain with the kid show, but the monstrosity they make, and they call it the Martin Chrysosaurus. It's cool-ish, but kind of nightmare fuel in a way. Like, this is insane. This looks, and I don't know if it's a full model or if it's just like a little clay animation, but it kind of looks green screen here. But again, they did their best. But oh my god, just look at that. I mean, yeah. I mean, it's got a duck bill for sure and some fangs, and that's just terrifying. But speaking of teeth and whatnot, so the brothers, they do this whole thing. They go on this adventure. Zobu has a song. They go out on the real world and show you some stuff. So here they're digging in paleontology and showing you what paleontology is all about. And they find this tooth very easily, obviously. Again, I know it's for a show. But I like how they find this big old tooth, and knowing me as a kid, I was screaming at the TV, oh my god, it's a T-Rex tooth, because I knew what it is. I knew what it looked like. I had a plastic one, and like some kind of kit I had as a kid, so I was obsessed with this stuff. But they show you what they do, how they do the processing. Then they do it very cheaply, because they're using just toilet paper wrapping around it and preserve and protect it while in transit to and from the location to the museum and all that fun stuff. So they get this ready. I'll show you what they do very fast, by the way. So this is a decent way, but not the correct way. But I love how they treat it all delicately, like it's going to just, fall and break, which real fossils, yes, are very fragile. This one is probably just a prop, but I like how they teach you that, hey, this is delicate work, this is what they got to do. But they go to this awesome museum, which I couldn't find any information on, and they compare it to this awesome T-Rex skeleton right here. I absolutely love this thing. It looks so good. Kind of looks a bit bulky, so I'm not too sure if it's just the angle, but it looks a bit bulky, but I like how the brothers get on each other's shoulders to try to reach up there to compare it to the tooth that they had found. But again, if anybody knows what this museum is, let me know. I'd like to check out some pictures of this place. But yeah, like I said, here the brothers, really goofy images that I caught of them standing on each other's shoulders to get the T-Rex tooth in, to compare and make sure they know what dinosaur does. And I love how they automatically go to a T-Rex first. Like, okay, they're like, it's sharp tooth. Let's go to the biggest predator we can think of, T-Rex. No big deal. But I just find it kind of funny that they didn't bother to look at other dinosaurs. Like, they could compare it, like, not this one, not this one. Could be TV budget, who knows. And you get this awesome silhouette before they go back to Animal Junction. So this awesome silhouette of the T-Rex looks really nice, looks really sweet. But again, I want to know what museum this is from, because I would love to see this place. I'm sure it exists somewhere. But anyway, so then they go back. They talk about the T-Rex earlier with the teeth. I just kind of put it in here towards the middle. But I'm not going to lie, the rendering here, since this came out in 1999, looks very similar to the buck T-Rex in the 1997 Lost World Jurassic Park. It's just because the generic green and striped T-Rex, but I don't know, it looks very kind of low-rendered Jurassic or Lost World T-Rex, but I don't know. Is it just me? I mean, you see it too, right? Right? Anyways, they go back to Animal Junction. Every time they come back, Zabo has a new friend. This, in the case, being an emu. And I'm not going to lie, I like this picture right here, the screen grab right here, because it has this awesome model of a... looks like, well, they're calling it a Brontosaurus. It could be Diplodocus, but this awesome long-neck dinosaur toy. I love the old vintage figures. They look really cool, but Martin compares the long-neck emu to the long-neck dinosaurs that they knew at the time, the Brontosaurus, as they say, which didn't exist, but did exist. Now they're back. I'm assuming they exist still somewhere, but I do like that trait, how we compare the long necks to, with the emus to a long neck dinosaur, because again, they're similar in species. And they talk about the relations between birds and dinosaurs, how they say sometimes scientists believe that birds are relatives of dinosaurs, and at that time, they're still trying to figure all that stuff out. It's much more common knowledge now, but again, you can find all research and all that kind of fun stuff online as well. This is just, remember, a kid's show back in 1999. Again, I love the screen grab here. It shows, I believe this is Martin here holding an egg, but I love the background of Animal Junction. It looks so cool. It looks like a place I'd love to hang out, and I love the two figures back there. I can tell it's a Pachycephalosaurus, but I think that's a Styracosaurus back there, the toy. But they compare the eggs because the emu that he brought over wasn't a boy, was a girl. The emu had eggs, so the babies hatched. So they compare the baby emus to dinosaurs and how dinosaurs hatch from eggs and all the fun stuff. I just think this is just really cute screen grab here of just the baby emus looking up, probably at some kind of food or something that they're getting to look at them. But interesting enough. And then Zabu himself, he has Zabu Land, which he tells his own stories in clay animation form, and he hatches his own egg as well. A baby Zoboomafoo. You heard me right, folks. This is called a baby Zoboomafoo, and he needs to get baby Zoboomafoo back to his mother, Mama Zoboomafoo. Yeah, interesting. Honestly, it looks good. Looks funny. I love how chunky it is. It looks really cool. I'm not gonna lie, I've always wanted like some of the clay animation toys that they had here. I don't know if they ever sold them, but this is the childhood show I grew up with. A lot of childhood shows I watch animal related always had to do an episode or two about dinosaurs and prehistoric stuff. So I might carry on and do more stuff. I think Steve Irwin did one. I know Jeff Coleman did one. So I might do those for a future video for you guys. But you guys enjoy this. You guys watch Zoboomafoo. Let me know down in the comments below if you remember the show. If not, check it out. The episode's free on YouTube. And we'll have fun. And you guys take care and be excellent to each other.